Welcome to Personality Check. It's about personalities and stories. I am Abdullateef Isa. My guest is Mr. Lukman Abdulgafar Abiodun. He is a mathematician and mathematics teacher. He is the brains behind Math with Lukgaf, an online free math class in Yoruba. Sir, it's good to have you on Personality Check.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Abdullateef. I'm happy to be with you today.
Math lédè Yoruba, math in Yoruba with Lukgaf. Why mathematics?
As you've said, I'm a mathematician. My first degree, second degree are in mathematics, and I'm currently a PhD student at University of Overseas and École Superior. So
In which country, please?
In Morocco and France, respectively. So actually, my program is equal to tail, so a joint degree, a joint PhD supervision. So that's it. My motivation for teaching mathematics in Yoruba was probably because I would say it is because of the misconception students have about mathematics. No. When you ask many students, okay, now do you like mathematics? Hardly you will find 1 out of 10 students who will say, emphatically that they love mathematics. So this is so not in Yoruba land alone, but all over the world. So people dislike the subject called mathematics. And I think based on my research, one of the reasons why they hate the subject is because of the fact that, because of the teacher. So because majority of the teacher teaching mathematics are not mathematicians. Okay. So many just, go to school probably because of the shortage of teacher, and they will be forced to teach mathematics. So you can't teach mathematics if you are not a mathematician, or if you don't go, to study mathematics. Even if you go to study mathematics, there are some methodology. As a mathematician, you have to imbibe while teaching your students. So this is one of the reasons. Another reason is because of the extra time people use to teach the concept. And that's why, if you ask our children at home, what are the uses of cutlasses? Cutlasses. They might not be able to tell you, the uses in English language because they are kids. They don't know the right words to use. But just tell them, kila monfi adasi. Even, a child of 2 years old will tell you, okay, now I'm off adashibai. So one of the reasons I'm teaching mathematics in Yoruba language is, number one, is to invite students to mathematics. So I can learn this, a beautiful subject using Yoruba language. If they know that this is Yoruba language, even 100%, 50% of the problem is already solved, because that will, arouse interest in the students. And the second thing is for simplicity, because research has found out that if you teach people in their mother tongue, they are going to understand it very well. So I think that's the reason why I'm teaching mathematics in Yoruba.
Okay.
Thank you.
What aspect of mathematics do you find most interesting and engaging?
Well, I would say when it comes to teaching mathematics, I would say calculus. So okay. I enjoy teaching calculus and algebra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teaching mathematics seems a Herculean task. How is it for you?
Well, I don't see it that way. Like I've said, when you write 6 like this, when you write 6 figure 6 on the floor, and you call somebody, if the person is not facing the same place as you, you are not staying in the same position, the person might think what you've written is 9. You understand now? I don't see teaching mathematics as something difficult. As a matter of fact, I enjoy teaching. If you ask me what, is the thing what I enjoy, my hobbies is teaching, writing, and counseling. So if you ask me what is the thing I enjoy doing most, it's teaching people what I know. You understand now? And I've been doing this informally right from my childhood. So I don't see that as difficult. In fact, when you tell me that, okay, now you come and teach, if I'm available, I'll be happy because I know doing that, I'm going to gain knowledge. Apart from that, it's what I enjoy doing. It's just like somebody playing football.
Okay.
You understand now? So when you call somebody to come and play football with he or she say it's, a big task. So because he enjoy doing that, so that will not be a problem for the person. Yeah.
Okay. The Maths in Yoruba program with Lukgaf, for how long have you been doing it?
Well, I will say now, formally, I've been teaching mathematics in Yoruba. Formally, when I say formally, I've been, during my undergraduate, I used to lead a tutorial, and people enjoying, explaining the concept in Yoruba. So I've been teaching mathematics in Yoruba for long. So right from my, undergrad. So, but formally with math in Yoruba, so where I teach mathematics online, I started in 2021. So, roughly 2 years to this time.
Okay. Tell me more about the program.
Yeah, math with Lukgaf in Yoruba is, free online mathematics resources. When I say online, so I teach mathematics subjects online on Facebook. I have many platforms, Facebook, YouTube, even WhatsApp. So there is something I call mathematics daily series. So where I upload, some concepts in mathematics daily on my status in Yoruba. So we have students join. And apart from that, I've collaborated with many radio stations, so notably Ekiti FM 91.5, and there is one in Ishain, so Kasmon. So even on television, Ekiti television, so they have their, terrestrial channel on StarTime. So I've collaborated with them. In essence, it's not like a physical classroom; it's an online classroom. The world is now global. Everybody can see what you are doing online. So it's on Facebook, even on TikTok. So we find Math with Lukgaf there. Just like, one of the challenges, I know you are going to ask about that. So one of the challenges I'm having currently, is that majority of the students, my targeted audience, are not available online. And that's why, I'm still talking with many radio stations so that probably I can just give them the resources because I have many of them, close to 400 of them now. So containing, topics from basic school up to the university level. Yeah.
Okay. Have you publicized the program in any way before?
Yeah. In what sense?
Maybe announcing it that there's this program.
Yeah, I do so on my Facebook page. I do so on my WhatsApp. I do so even on the WhatsApp group. I do so. Like I've said, I've collaborated with some radio stations. So they've been doing so. For example, now in Ekiti FM, every Monday, Tuesday on their radio at night, they play some of my content. So on Kasman FM on Friday as well. So I publicize it. Even on LinkedIn, I've tried my best, but I know probably I've not given it a wide, publication probably because of my pocket and many other things. And people, I must thank most of my fans. So, in Yoruba land. So many of them, as soon as they see, they also share the content to their friends and family as well. Yeah.
What about reaching out maybe to the state government, to the Oyo state government?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Mr. Lateef. Thank you. I said I'm collaborating with many people. The same way I've written to some of these radio station and television, I must thank them and applaud them for, acceding to my request to be publishing them. I wrote to some of these state governments as well. So Oyo State, in particular, but till now I'm yet to receive any response. It would be great if such initiative is approved or we get government support in such a way that all these content will be played for some of the students. Yeah.
Okay. You've already talked about mathematics being the fear of most students.
Yeah.
What do you think causes the fear?
Yeah, one of the thing one of the reason is many teacher even, they cause this problem.
Okay.
I'm still a young guy, as you can see, but during my childhood, or let me say when I was in primary school, many of our teachers, mathematician, when they want to beat students, they are going to go, oh, Mr. So, because we know, the teacher we fear most is mathematics teacher,
Yes.
probably because of how they beat us, or many students fear them.
Yes.
You understand now? So if we want mathematics as a subject to be loved by students, we have to get rid of that fear.
Okay.
It's somebody like a doctor now. If somebody is sick and you take him or her to the hospital, and a doctor now take a knife and brandizing a knife like this, no student, no patients will like to stay, so they will be afraid.
Yes.
So what I do in essence is that anytime I want to teach, students new concept, or I'm meeting a new student, I just ask, okay, now, you think mathematics is difficult? You will say yes. Okay, no problem. Then I will now ask, what is 1 plus 1? Definitely, even if you ask a student, you ask mothers or our fathers and mothers without prior education, they will tell you 1 plus 1 is 2. So immediately he says 1 plus 1 is 2. I'm like, good of you. So since you know 1 plus 1 is 2, definitely you are going to know, the bigger concept, because all the mathematics we are doing, the 1 plus 1 is their background. It's just, you have to understand, how it goes, the rules, the rules and principles guiding each of the concepts. For example, if you want to teach a topic, there are certain rules and conditions which serve as what? Background to that particular topic. You have to inform the student beforehand, so immediately they know it. So anything you are applauding or you are teaching them afterwards will not be a problem. Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen any student who is interested in pursuing a career in mathematics?
Yeah, I've seen many of them. In fact, by the grace of God, I've tried to change, the mind of many students who have had misconception about about the subject before. Most of them are now mathematicians, so they love to be a mathematician. And not only mathematician, they love to be a mathematics teacher, because if I'm teaching, what most of the thing I used to do is to tell my students, okay, you can do it. You can also be a mathematician. You understand now? So by way of doing, they also learn and they want to be like me. Yeah.
Wow, really great. One of them may be listening to you. What is your advice for that?
Well, if they are listening to me, I think my advice for them is, if they want to learn mathematics, they have to be patient. Okay. So that's the first one. Then mathematics require consistency. Mathematics require consistency. It's not what you are going to do today and leave tomorrow. Apart from consistency, it requires constant practice. Because when you want to teach a concept, or when they give you a question, what they are requiring from you is your residual knowledge. So you read a lot. The moment you read a lot and you research a lot, you read and research a lot.
Okay.
So, for example, now, anytime I want to teach, I don't just go to the classroom like that. Okay, now how can I see this in such a way that it will catch, the attention of those I'm teaching. You understand now? So I read a lot before going to the class. Then I also listen to what I've taught, and then I receive feedback from students. So in essence, after teaching, you have to seek for, a feedback from your students. Probably if they understand what you are teaching them. And, another thing I used to evaluate myself, which I want them to be doing as well, is when I'm teaching and I realize the students do not understand what I'm teaching, then I assume it is my problem. Probably I've not explained it in such a way that the students will understand. You understand? So in essence, they have to be friendly to the students. mathematics teacher should not be beating students. You understand? So if they don't understand the concept, use, a relatable example. So I used to use example, that are close to them. So for example, I was teaching complex number day before yesterday or so. And what I want to explain, when I wanted to explain De Moivre's theorem, De Moivre's theorem is one of the theorems in complex number, so that is applicable, that is useful when you want to expand complex number, or when you have a bigger power. For example, now we know that when I have 1 plus I raised to power 2, so it is easier for me to use my usual FOIL method to expand them. But what if you have like a raised to power 50? You understand that? So, that might be difficult for students, although it might not be difficult, but it may take a lot of time. So, one of the advantage of this De Moivre's theorem is that it now uses a shortcut approach. So, whereby you can convert the number to a polar form, then from that polar form, you can apply the theorem. So, when I wanted to explain the concept, I used a relatable example. I said I was watching the Minister of Work explaining what they are going to be doing in this administration in terms of road. Mm-hmm. And I was amazed the day he said that traveling from Lagos to Abuja might take just 4 hours. So I researched a lot myself, and I learned that even there is a place from Lekki to Ondo, so which can take you 1 hour by bike. You understand now? So there are, the whole way of doing it is that you are going to Abuja. There was a time I went to Abuja, I spent nothing less than 12 hours. But now, with a new way, you can use what? 4 hours. You understand that? In essence, you use a relatable example so that they know that, okay, now, when it comes to this situation, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. So, and that's it.
Okay. I think there is an association called Mathematics Association of Nigeria.
Nigeria, yeah.
Are you a member of the association?
Well, I would say I was a member. The reason why I said I was during our undergraduate, we were advised to register. Let me say I didn't renew my membership because I'm not in the country. Yeah, okay. But tentatively my registration is there, but it requires some participation. I will say that in some of the activities, because I'm not around most of the time, so I've not been partaken.
Okay. Earlier, you talked about the orientation of mathematics teachers, maybe like beating. So they are known for beating.
Yeah.
So is there any way we can change that orientation?
Yeah, there are ways. Like I've said the other time, it's just like a doctor bandarizing gun in front of the patients. You are going to send your patients away, or you even create more fear. And then, when you take a patient to the hospital, what should be in their mind? Hey, doctor, I hope I'm not going to die like this. And you still, bandages gun in front of them. So you are complicating the issue. What I want to advise my colleagues is that they should be more friendlier to students. I know many of my colleagues, many of my bosses are doing this. They are friendlier to students. You understand now? Then they should be friendly in such a way that they will be, very close to them, and they should be jovial. I joke a lot during my students know about that. I joke because we are joking. Students, we want to, one of the problem we have is that the commitment is not there on the part of the student. You have to, see what you can do in such a way that they will be committed to learn it. So if even prior to you entering the class, the student will run away, oh, this stupid teacher is still coming. So there is no way they can, understand what you want to teach them. But even if they don't know it, they know definitely they are going to laugh in your class. Then, in some sense, they are going to, understand what you are saying. And when you are now using a relatable example close to them, or you are using, an example, or you are using their mother's tongue to teach them. Like I've said the other time, ask any young guys, any young child to tell you uses of cutlasses or uses of cup. They might not be able to tell you in English language because that's not their mother's tongue. But tell them, okay, kill a mouth cup. Even if he doesn't tell you, we say, okay, now we go like this. You are okay, I'm having one more cup. So, yeah.
Yes. So, what role do you think mathematics plays in the society? Before you respond, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka on 16 September 2021 said that solving mathematical problems saved him from insanity while in the prison. Is maths that powerful?
Yeah, mathematics is the bedrock of humanity. You understand now? Mathematics is the bedrock of humanism. And that's why I'm sorry to say this, even in the Quran, our God Almighty Allah, there are some ways He even tell you, now if you do a righteous this, you are going to gain a reward which is equivalent to 10. Yeah, that's multiplication. You understand now? So in everything we do, even in our day-to-day transaction, people add and subtract.
Yes.
You understand now? Mathematics is the bedrock of human. Even the engineering, they learn mathematics. Anything you are, even the clothes you are wearing, the tailor before, you do a kind of measurement which is mathematics. Just think about anything. Mathematics is very important. So in our life, indeed, it's the bedrock of humanism. Yeah.
So mathematics is that important.
Very important.
Okay.
And that's why it's even important, because even Nigeria, there is no way you don't have mathematics. There is no way student can gain admission with having mathematics. So yeah, that shows its importance. Yeah.
Okay. In a Facebook post on September 25, you talked about your video explanations of WAEC, NECO, and JAMB syllabus.
Yeah, I call it JAMB's UTMA series. That contains, JAMB, WAEC, NECO syllabus explained in Yoruba. So, what I've been doing, like I've said, I'm collaborating with many people apart from the radio station and television station. There is a library I've talked with that where I give them all the resources in such a way that even if you don't have data, you don't have a problem. Just go into that library and watch some of the content. The topics are there. The topics, when we have UTME syllabus or JAMB, or WAEC or NECO, there are a set of topics the students must know. I've explained all these topics in Yoruba. You understand? Okay, now I'm having problem with sets. I have videos on sets. You understand now? So, and another thing, another intervention I'm currently doing now is that, okay, now probably many students cannot go to the library. Most of them cannot, afford data to watch it on YouTube, or they don't have radio to even listen to some of the program. And they still want to have it. What I do is that I send some of these, to one guy in Isheni, so who save it on, his phone, and there's one brother in Oyo here, so he save all the content on his phone and his computer in such a way that if somebody needs it, and it's not coming probably for business purpose, because all the resources are entirely free, they're absolutely free of charge, then they can just open their sender or they bring their flash drive, then the resources will be copied for them. Yeah.
You really done so well. So how can someone maybe access those resources virtually?
If they want to access virtually, my Facebook page is facebook.com/Lukgaf, and on YouTube, Math with Lukgaf, on TikTok, Lukgaf, on WhatsApp. They can message me on my phone number 0816294240.
Again,
so 0816294240, and they can request that I should send the link to them. I also have a Google Drive, so where all the content are saved. And I have many people in some town I've stated before, so whereby they can reach to them. They can either copy it, on their phone or to their computer. Yeah.
Okay. Away from mathematics, how do you unwind? Maybe how? What do you do when nothing excites you?
Well, like I've said, I joke a lot. I like interacting with people. So I like talking with people in such a way that we are going to laugh together. And, apart from teaching mathematics, I also teach some, like I've said, what I enjoy doing is teaching what I know. It's not about mathematics. I know this knowledge because, of probably, the rewarding stuff there. I know it's not everything is about money. I know probably if you impact knowledge on certain individual, on people, and you have, sincerity, if you die, you are still going to be, getting the reward. So, yeah. Then I also like playing with my families. Yeah. So then I like, chatting, reading about politics, news, and many other things. Yeah.
Okay.
So in essence, my hobby, I'm mainly teaching, reading, and counseling. I like counseling people as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is your mathematics project.
Mm.
So how do you finance it? I know before you package those resources,
Yeah.
you must have spent a lot.
Yeah.
So how do you finance?
Well, I must say for now that I yet to receive any funding from any individual. Although some of my friends or somebody, there was a time somebody who loved what I was teaching was so amazed and sent me like 25,000 naira for my data. Okay. So, and there was a friend that did, same. But in terms of getting funding to buy the results, I bought all what I'm using myself. You understand now? Because, when you are, applying, I'm doing my program, my PhD on scholarship. Okay. You understand? And when you are applying, they are going to tell you what are the benefits you are going to bring back to your community. And many of the scholarship recipients used to write that, okay, now if I get this scholarship, I'm going to give back to my society. I see that as a way of giving back to society and as a way of, looking for reward from Almighty Allah, because I know He rewards people who does that. Yes. You understand now? It's just like you are investing. Even if you are investing, if people are not paying you, definitely you'll be getting your, directly or indirectly, your reward from Almighty Allah. It might not be in terms of money, even our health. It's not. It's not not everything is about money. Yes. You understand now? You have the health, you cannot pay it. You understand now? Almighty God, protect us from evils. So that's one of the benefits. And with good intention and sincerity, there are plenty reward in the hereafter. Yeah.
May you earn the rewards in this world and in the hereafter.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullateef.
Who are your role models?
Yes, there are many. My parents. Okay. My teachers, all of me. I love all my teachers. My prime teacher, are my parents, and all my teacher. So those who have, taught me from my primary school up to this level, my teachers, my supervisor, and in essence, it is. I have to say categorically that this. I'm more motivated to be teaching all these online even without looking for money, because there's one of my sheikh I respect most in Yoruba land. So one of them is Dr. Sharof, and many scholars like him. I used to be I used to get encouraged when I see all those scholars traveling from one place to another, teaching people what they know. You understand? And without even asking for financial resources, imagine, the lengthy reward embedded in doing that. You understand? I might not, be that proficient in imparting and Arabic knowledge, but I know, okay, there is little knowledge. I also know when it comes to mathematics, so I'm also trying to replicate that in the little knowledge Allah endowed on me. Yeah.
Do you want to share your plan for the future? Eh?
Well, I have planned for the future, and if you can permit me not to share it, probably because I know many people, but I have many plans in terms of this math with Lukgaf. After my program, by the grace of God, I'm going to, exploit some of them, which I know probably, if Almighty God help me and assist me, is going to be beneficial to many students in Yoruba land. Okay. So one of the things is I want I mean, my campaign is such a way that, excuse me, mathematics can be taught in every school in Yoruba language. So we must not, I mean, mathematics is very simple, simpler than some of the subject people think is simplest. So one of the things I want to do ultimately is to change this impression on students. I mean, in such a way that people can be learning, I mean, mathematics in their mother's tongue without even problem. You will see what I'm doing. I'm trying to localize the knowledge. There are some people I respect online who are also teaching mathematics, but they are using Yoruba language completely to change all the concepts. I don't change the concept. I just explain mathematics in Yoruba. Okay, now what is set? I won't find, an equivalent term for set in Yoruba, but I will say, okay, now, in time when you set relay, set in kankan. You understand now? So in such a way that when students, see some of the concepts in the exam, so they won't have problem with that. So ultimately, I want to have an academy. So in such a way that all these things is going to happen. I know by the grace of God, may God spare our life. That is possible. Yeah.
May the Almighty preserve your life and make the project possible.
Thank you, and you too, sir. Yeah.
Finally, what are the secrets of your academic feat?
Well, I will say I'm an average student, so I don't think there is any secret except that Allah gives whoever loves knowledge. You understand now? I will say I'm not knowledgeable as people used to be. I'm an average student as well, but what I used to do is that if I know one thing, I try to teach other. And if you are teaching, one of the principles is that as soon as you are teaching what you know, you are going to get, you are going to know more about what you are teaching. You understand now? Then I try to, apart from teaching what I know, I try to read to the best of my, capability. So I would say it is God. So because he endowed knowledge in individual. Yeah. So that's it. And, I just try to, do some small work and I got blessings from God. So, yeah, on that. I think I would say just like that. I don't have any secret. People used to say, okay, now the read. I don't read. I read, but I'm not like many people who read a lot. I don't read a lot. You understand now? So I hardly wake up at night to read. You understand? But what I know I used to do is that if I know something, I will make sure I teach other and do more research. You understand? And in such a way that I'm going to get the concept in a more broad way. You understand? Now, some of this challenge will spur you to learn a lot. If you are together and you are teaching people what you know, even if they give you probably like an homework, people might think you also know it. Some of these challenges will spur you to learn more. So, yeah, this is what I think. I think people can do what is probably applicable to them. So I can read a lot, but I don't used to wake up at night reading. So, yeah.
Your advice for students who find mathematics hard?
Yeah, my advice for students who find mathematics hard, like I've said the other time, is that mathematics is very simple, the simplest subject. And if they are still doubting me, what is 1 plus 1? 1 plus 1 is 2. If they know 1 plus 1 is 2, mathematics is as simple as that. You just have to sit down, find good teacher to teach them, and they are going to excel in it. Mathematics is the simplest subject. In some subjects, marking there is subjective, in such a way that when you write something, teacher may say, what did he write like this? You understand? But mathematics is not like that. So, if you write what is correct or you provide, a correct solution, nobody will run your work. Like I used to say, even if they take your work, your solution to America, they are still going to mark you correctly. The moment you write it, how it's supposed to be written. It is marking there is objective. 1 plus 1 is 2, even in America. Yeah.
Do you have anything you want the government to do with
Yeah,
regard to mathematics education?
yeah. I mean, there should be. Students should employ good teacher, good mathematics teacher, brilliant mathematics teacher. They should employ people on merit. You understand now? A situation whereby people just find themselves in the classroom. Many people find themselves in the classroom because they don't have passion for teaching. If you are a teacher in any subject you are teaching, you have to have passion for it. There must be a passion. So if there is a passion for, a subject, there are many people, many mathematicians outside there, but they don't have the opportunity, probably because of, a problem in the country. So whereby you have to know somebody, so before you can probably get employed. There are many, brilliant teachers. Government should accommodate them. And government should support this kind of initiative. One is, the one I'm doing. There are many people doing similar initiative. If I get support from students, I have a lot of ideas which I know definitely by the grace of God, it's going to, change misconception of students in mathematics, not ordinary mathematics. This can also be, replicated in all subjects. Yeah, so that's it. My advice for government is to support some of these initiatives, not only BB Niger and many, what I call immoral, that won't even, get students. You understand now? So many of these initiatives that will encourage students the most should be embraced by the government.
This is a call on the government to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Mr. Lukman Abdullateef, I celebrate you and thank you for speaking with me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdullateef. I must appreciate you for your time as well. Thank you very much.
It is a wrap on the show today. I am Abdullateef Isa. Stay safe and blessed.